Well, I don't really think that what we're doing is so different. After all, if you walk into a Walmart, you'll see dentists, you'll see doctors, you'll see chiropractors, you'll see accountants. Actually, you'll see almost every personal service offering that exists. Lawyers are personal service providers, and we don't see them at any retail location, really. So I guess it's different from a legal perspective, but from a personal service perspective, it's certainly well in line with what other professions are doing.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about Axess Law. What kind of clients are you serving?
Well, Axess Law primarily functions in Walmart spaces, though we have several locations outside of them. And we function in the communities in which we serve. Because Walmart is located in almost every community in Canada, we naturally service a high and low range of demographic and income. We basically service the Canadian public. I mean, there are a few exceptions. I don't really think we have that many people who have in excess of $10 million doing a will with us. But certainly those people, particularly in the commoditized fields of law where we practice, such as real estate or others, go the gambit. For everyone from $60,000 properties to $6 million properties are well within our reach, and we do them regularly.
So tell me, how many wills did you do in the last 12 months?
Well, I mean, I don't have an exact number for you, but tens of thousands certainly. We are certainly in excess probably of 20 on the year. 20,000. And again, that is because we've refined our process and we ensure that we have a quality product at an affordable price.
It's interesting that you went to Walmart, basically, or you went into this kind of environment to sell your services, because this is a part of the public that, according to a lot of reports, is very underserved in the legal services market. Was that so? Were you purposefully trying to target that market?
Well, let's be very clear. Walmart certainly serves an underserviced market, but Walmart equally serves an overserved market. Walmart serves everyone. There is no question that by tapping into the Walmart network, which is necessarily located within dense clusters and communities, you are hitting basically 90% of the Canadian public if you were to expand out throughout the entirety of the store and network chain. And as a result, really what you're talking about is being able to provide services to those people who have not been able to access them, and to provide better services to those people who can. And in that way, there is a perfect synergy for our business, which ultimately leads both to profitability and to address the access to justice issue that exists in the province.
Why do so few firms offer their services to such a small portion of the public?
Well, I think there's varying answers to that. I think, first of all, it's easier to assemble B2B work, business-to-business work, because, frankly, you only need one of two of those clients in order to successfully live a good life. And so a lot of people flood to the B2B fields, which is not where we focus. We focus, obviously, in the B2C realm. Having said that, in the B2C realm, it is the case that it is always easier to serve those people who have assets than those people who do not. Not only because they can afford your services, but also because they have been properly cared for in the past, and therefore caring for their assets going forward is in fact easier to do. As an example we use all the time is that it is always going to cost us more to do a $70,000 home on a conveyance than a $2 million home, because the $2 million home rarely has survey defects. The $70,000 one almost always does. It is the case that if you are moving into the lower ends of the market, you have to be better at what you do. You have to have a more refined process, because it is only through that process that you will be able to properly serve and in turn survive within that field of operations.
If you had one piece of parting advice to a student graduating from law school to prepare them for the future of the legal services market, what would it be?
Well, as I'm going to say tonight, revel in your failures, learn from them, be self-critical every single time a failure occurs, and always improve. Because there really is no panacea. There is not going to be any business or a legal practice that just has a fan switch which you turn on and money falls from the sky. Law and business are both continual improvements. And as continual improvements, you have to be ready to fail, you have to be ready to pick yourself up, and you have to be ready to continue. The best lesson that I can impart is prepare to get bruised, but at the end of the day, it's worth it. And if you stick with it, it's the best thing you can do.